This is Satya Podium of Cirrus Research. The latest issue of the briefing report is just out. The briefing report is a summary of market patterns over the prior month and quarter. The title of this month's issue is Bubbly, Recoil, Flashes, Crowding, and Reversal Concerns. At the heart of this is the fact that we've had a very nice resurgence from the tariff concerns that were quite severe just months ago. That said, we've quickly returned to a very concentrated level. Prior to the sell-off in this first quarter, we had a fairly expensive market with very narrow leadership. Our crowding model had flashed red at the end of January from the run-up. What you'll notice is that the subsequent damage over those next few months were quite severe. The markets, whether it's larger companies or momentum securities, they were down double digit. So this idea of crowding, when it hits some meaningful extreme, is fairly important and notable. The bottom line is that as of this past month, the crowding model is now in the red again. So it does underscore the need for us to be more concerned in terms of leadership and importantly in terms of valuation, because if the model is correct, reversals are more likely. Now, examining the May markets, it was clear that it was a risk-on AI theme back on the table. You'll notice the upstream categories such as semis were quite strong, but also all the downstream categories we've developed from AI infrastructure groups to applications and management. The idea here is that these bins, we believe the spending pattern has to broaden out to benefit the downstream plays. As a result, this idea of spending on AI, while it will likely continue, we have a lot more visibility, we believe, on the downstream players. In fact, when we look at these performance bins for the upstream versus downstream, what you'll notice is that the overall AI semi plays are still down about 2.6% year to date, while critical areas such as the data centers, nuclear, they're up sharply, in addition to that, cryptocurrency. So take a look at the full suite of these bins. I think this is going to be a big deal as we move forward as AI spending becomes more distributed. In addition to the US markets, we continue to see a more international global rotation. When we look at the US, it is still a laggard, even with the bounce that we've seen the last couple of months. Latin America, Europe, Asia Pacific, most key regions have rebounded nicely. The Chinese markets are still down, however, and that's notable given this sort of tariff impasse that we remain in. Take a look at the full report. It is out as of January 3rd. With any questions, feel free to follow up with us. Thank you.